I noticed something that I've been doing lately that really works. It's so incredibly powerful. If I give myself a technique that I use when I'm feeling like I'm starting to get overwhelmed, anxious, even, when we're trying to figure out completely new processes, like on the computer, that's not where your background is. I know that happens for me sometimes when I'm trying to figure something out. And once in a while, it might take a really, really long time, like way too long than I wanted it to. When it takes more than you anticipated, it might create that anxiousness or impatience, and it's not necessarily a pleasant feeling. I actually don't like it at all when my anxiousness and impatience starts when it's about one thing. It affects the way I feel physically and the way I interact with anybody that's around me. I noticed something that I've been doing lately that really works. And it's so incredibly powerful. If I give myself a moment to step back and remember that space that's there between what's happening and who we are, and that we are not our thoughts. We sort of have to consciously take a step back, put things into perspective, okay? To know that what's happening in the moment is not a representation of your value. And I had to remember what's happening in that moment of extreme frustration was that this too shall pass, and I will figure it out, whether I get help or not. It's not going to determine the outcome of the big picture. And it shouldn't put a damper or put a dent, rather, in my relationship with the other people around me. It doesn't have to take away my patience. It's a matter of remembering. It's a matter of bringing yourself back, being that support for yourself. It's important that we give ourselves what we need to refocus and remember that we are separate. Maybe we need to step away for a minute or 2 or 5 or 30. It depends how big of a frustration it is. Any separation you create from what's happening is going to be a step in the right direction. I know with my example, it was important to remember where I am on this journey of creating this part of my life, how far I have been able to come. And it is all happening in divine timing. I don't need to put more pressure on myself for it to happen at a certain time. It's happening in the right time. I need to be more gentle with myself. And then in turn, I will be more gentle with everybody around me. Also, when we remind ourselves of this, I know for me, I am much more open to understanding something new. Because when we are getting anxious and impatient and uptight and frazzled, we tighten up, we feel tense, and it's much harder to understand anything, especially something that we've never done before. If you find you're starting to feel like this, try to take a step back. Remember that these thoughts of what's happening, that is not who you are. That has not changed. You are still the beautiful human being that you are. And you will push through this in the right timing. And you are separate from it. It is not who you are. Take good care. And I love you.